Do you want to make billions from pest farming but don't know what you're doing yet? Fear not, this video is a complete step-by-step guide to pest farming progression, covering everything you need to know in detail so you can optimize your setup and maximize your profits. Now, if you're going into pest farming with farming 30 and melon armor, don't. Please farm mushrooms until farming 40 and get a fermento set and then come back to this video. At this point, you should have these items ready. 4 fermento armor with the manted reforge, a decently good hoe, preferably for wheat, infinite vacuum with the BD reforge, 4 blossom or lotus equipment with rooted on it, and 4 pest hunter equipment with the pest vest or with squeaky reforge. And for the pets, you'd want a mushroom cow with the green bandana, hedgehog with the green bandana, and the slug with the brown bandana. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to tell you a very important asset for this video. It is called the Elitebot.dev website. This is a very important website that I will keep referencing in the video. Before we dive any deeper, I'd really appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribed. It helps the channel a ton and motivates me to keep making awesome guides like this. And feel free to leave a comment, whether it's something nice or a correction to the video. I'd read through as many comments as I can, and I'll do my best to respond. Now, let's hop in game and talk to Jeff. You're probably wondering, what does Jeff have to offer? Well, he is the key to unlock the best stats you will ever see for pest farming. Now for the chips that you need to prioritize. The first chip you need to max out is a vermin vaporizer chip. Bonus pest chant is really hard to get by, so having 100 is really good. Next, the hypercharge chip. Temporary farming fortune buffs are 100% stronger. This means the bonus farming fortune from Philip is doubled with this chip. Very important. Next thing, crop shot. It just gives 100 farming fortune, which is a lot. And then the overdrive. Do I need to explain? Rare finder, good for helianthus, good for fermento, stuff like that. And mecha mind. This helps a lot because the tool XP capsule actually sells for 100k per in the NPC. So once you get those, you can just sell them for NPC for more profits per hour. And yeah, the rest of these chips aren't really that important, but it's also nice to get at the end. Now, the next thing we need to look at are attributes. Now, attributes are extremely important for farming, and you practically want every single one of the farming attributes to maximize your profits. To check your attributes, you type /am, then you click the end eye here, and you filter to farming. Every single farming attribute you see here, you would want maxed as soon as possible. There's not really a priority to do any of these, as you want every single one of these before you get into pest farming. Now, the next thing on the list is talking to Anita. She offers multiple things that will be very helpful in your pest farming journey. For example, the personal best item. Now, after you've unlocked the personal best item, your crop fortune for that specific crop you're farming will be increased. For example, if your personal best for wheat is 100,000 collected in a contest, you will gain 10 wheat fortune, as each 1,000 collected grants 0.1 wheat fortune. So, the max for wheat is 1 million. So, with the personal best item, you will be able to get an extra 100 fortune on wheat. And that applies for every single crop. Now, this is extremely important as crop fortune actually affects your pest farming fortune. So let's say your personal best on the mushroom is 500,000. So, you get 50 more fortune. And that also means you get 50 more fortune on slugs. And that applies to every pest. Now, the next two things is the farming level cap and bonus farming fortune. I would probably go for the farming cap, then the bonus farming fortune, or you can go one by one. If you're really stuck on what to upgrade first, you can always go to the Elitebot website, linked in the description. Go to the left, go to fortune. You should see all your upgrade paths in order. Like for me specifically, it's telling me to get perfect gemstones on my armor. And for you, it'll probably say, get Anita bonus farming fortune, get personal best, get this on your armor, get that on your armor. So yeah, this is a very helpful website, you should definitely check this out. Let's get into more details on your equipment. So, as I stated earlier, bonus pest chance is the most important stat you will need in pest farming. So here are some of the stuffs you can get bonus pest chance from. You get 100 from vermin vaporizer chip, as I stated earlier, slug pet with the brown bandana, or the mosquito pet with the brown bandana, but that can come later. Pest hunter relic, 80 bonus pest chance. Wriggling lava, 10 bonus pest chance. Plot spray, 50 bonus pest chance. I will teach you how to do that in a bit. The current maximum bonus pest chance is 497.5. Now, you probably won't have that much, but it's okay to have 450 plus. So let's dive into armor enchants. So I currently have Helianthus, obviously, but it's fine if you have Fermentor for now. The stuff you want on it is Mantid, as I stated earlier, as this gives the most bonus pest chance in the game. And very important, it should always have Pestterminator 6 on it. Pestterminator 6 is extremely good, and it's decently cheap, so you should be fine. And for the gemstones, you're fine with fine gemstones. I don't think perfect gemstones are worth it, but flawless gemstones are definitely worth it. For the hoe, you definitely want Bountiful on it, as this makes more money than Blessed because of the coins. Obviously, cultivating, crop fever, harvesting 6, replenish, and turbo wheat are also very important. Keep in mind, dedication 4 is actually double the farming fortune you get from dedication 3. Now, for the vacuum, you want the max vacuum with BD on it, with the bookworm's favorite book, and gemstones, very important. And you would want a sprayinator, I'll go into detail on this later. For the equipment, as I stated earlier, you want full pest hunter with a pest vest, and squeaky on it basically makes it so it gets the maximum bonus pest chance from it. You can also recom it, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. Now, for the blossom necklace, green thumb, maybe get it to 2 or 3, obviously rooted and recommed if you want. Okay, before we actually start getting into farming, you should also buy the sundial, as this lets you set the crop speed to whatever you want without wearing rancher's boots. And if you're still using rancher's boots in 2026, you're banned. Okay, now you've got everything you need, let's actually get into farming. I personally recommend this farm, as this is just one plot, so you save a spray for another plot, and the way you swap lanes on this one makes you not lose 20 blocks per second. As you can see, when you get to the end, it's the same as any S shape. You just hold A and then you just run through here. And when you run through here, you actually break these crops, and then you break these crops, and then when you press A to go this way again, you break these crops as well. I'll show you right here. Like that. So you do not lose any BPS when you swap lanes. And make sure to always have the glass roof on your plots, as pests only spawn highest Y level and they will not leave this area. If they do, they will be teleported back. So don't worry if they fall down to the void, they will always teleport back to the highest Y level. Now, if you don't have glass, it will just be spawned here and it will roam freely. So it can potentially drop down here and go under there, and it's GG. So really make sure to have a glass roof on top of your farm, just so the pests can spawn on the highest Y level. If you wish to have this farm design, you can visit Farming Hub, they also have it there, plus they have more details on farm designs and the set speeds. But this farm is only really for hyper optimization, your normal S-shaped wheat farm should work fine. Now, to actually farm this farm is very, very simple. You will need to set up 3 keybinds. You will need to have a set spawn keybind, warp garden keybind, and the TP to plot, whatever the plot number you built this plot on. It goes something like this. You press the button to teleport to the plot, get your squeaky mouse mat, make sure it's 90 degrees or minus 90 depending on your direction. Set it, hold out your hoe, start farming, and then hold W and D. And make sure your sundial is set to 308 speed on your wheat. And your boots should have Depth Strider 2. This is very important, Depth Strider 2. Again, hold W and A and start farming. And then when you reach the end here, you let go of D and you hold A to go to the end. Now, when you reach the end, it's the same thing. When you hit the wall here, you swap to holding D. So repeat, repeat, repeat until you're at the end of the first layer. So farm, 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 teleport, and you're automatically going on the other side, and you will start farming on the second layer. This farm design is very, very cool, it's very optimized, and you'll always be at least 19.8 BPS. Again, you won't need this farm. This farm is for complete optimization. Your normal S-shaped farm should work fine. Okay, before we actually start farming in just a second here, we need to talk about pet rules. So the pet rules, if you have one Helianthus or Fermentor set, it's very, very simple. on throw fishing hook, equip slug, unless you have a slug, equip unless you have hedgehog. On fishing hook, hedgehog unless you have a hedgehog, and unless you have a mushroom cow. Third pet roll and the last one, on throw fishing hook, mushroom cow unless you have a mushroom cow or a slug equipped. So it's very, very simple. Let's get into how to pest farm. Alright, let's actually get into farming then. So make sure your pet is on the mushroom cow. Come to Philip, you click the empty vacuum bag, then you get the extra 400 fortune, which is massive. Teleport to the plot, hold out your spray Anita. You either do plant matter for slug or dung for beetles. Now, beetles and slugs are kind of similar, but if you have really bad luck on slugs, you should probably just aim for the beetle. Slugs don't actually make more without the pets, so if you really are unlucky with the slug pet drops, you should just switch to beetle for now. But if you have over 2500 farming fortune, you should definitely stick to slugs. And now you spray the plot, plant matter, and as you can see, Sky Honey is now yelling at me to sort my equipment. So you open your equipment menu, or you type /EQ, and then you swap to your pest hunter stuff. Get out your rod, swap to a slug pet, and then keep farming. Keep farming until pests pop out. Okay, the pests have now just popped out, so you swap back to your blossom equipment, swap to your hedgehog, set your spawn, teleport to the plot, either warp up the glass, get your vacuum, and then you just kill the pest wherever it spawns. Just like that. And then go back to the plot, make sure armor everything's fine, go back to the mushroom cow, start farming. And you do this on repeat. Yeah, pest farming is pretty easy, isn't it? And yeah, let's say you farm for a while, you can afford a Helianthus set. Go for it. But if you want the ultimate max farming setup, it looks like this. One Helianthus set with 4 out of 4 manted, another Helianthus set with 3/4 mossy and a Helianthus boots, mosquito pet legendary with a brown bandana with max bestiary, Rose Dragon level 200 with a green bandana. Equipment still the same, but the pet rolls is very simple. On equip your manted Helianthus, you do mosquito, and on your mossy Helianthus, you equip your Rose Dragon. This is how a max setup person will actually farm. First of all, you do your mossy with your Rose Dragon to keep farming until the pest cooldown expires or with 5 seconds remaining. Yep, and when there's 5 seconds left, Sky Honey will yell at me. What I will do is I just swap my equipment and my armor to the 4 manted one with the mosquito pet, and I just keep farming until the pest spawns. And when the pests do spawn, I set my spawn, swap to my blossom set, equip the thing, and it also goes my Rose Dragon. And then I kill the pest, go back, continue farming. Simple as that, quick and fast. So essentially what you will want to do is follow the Elitebot website for your upgrade path, but ultimately you will want the max setup that I have to pest farm. But this upgrade path is what I would suggest. So you go from 4 manted Fermento to 4 manted Helianthus, and then you get a second Helianthus set with 3/4 mossy and 1/4 manted. Then you get the mosquito pet with the brown bandana. And the next things you should focus on are the small little things like Anita upgrades, gemstones, talismans, etc. Then the last thing you should get is the Rose Dragon. So the funny thing is, it's actually more worth it to get the Rose Dragon than to put 4 perfect gemstones on your armor. I'll let you figure that one out. Now, it might take you a while, but I promise it's worth it. I personally make just shy 50 million coins an hour. I am not hypermax, as I have not done Spaceman, but I am pretty much maxed at this. I really hope I've included everything I can in this video to help you guys pest farm. If I missed anything, or if I'm wrong at anything, please leave a comment. I will reply to it and make a pinned comment about all the errors. But for now, this will be it for the pest farming guide. Thank you guys so much for watching.